everyone. Welcome to ClearPitch. This is our first ClearPitch of 2022, and we're super excited. I'm Radha Kapoor. I lead venture partnerships for ClearCo. I previously started a consumer tech startup, and I've been a lawyer. I've worked at a bank, and I worked at Techstars. So really thrilled to be at ClearCo now. I want to give a very warm welcome to our co-host and collaborator, and one of our most important venture ecosystem partners, the BrainTrust Founders Studio. BrainTrust Founders Studio is a platform creating an ecosystem to support Black beauty and wellness founders with community, education, mentorship, and capital. The goal is to ensure growth and sustainability, accelerate potential, and prepare for follow-on capital. Over the next hour, we'll hear from 3 exciting founders who've been selected as finalists to pitch their business based on innovation in their respective verticals and excellence in online performance. Each finalist will have 10 minutes to pitch their business, followed by Q&A from our judges. So now to introducing the awesome finalists. They are Tamara Watkins, the founder of Lozatam. Lozatam is a headwear brand inspired by hair wrapping traditions in West Africa. These luxurious satin-lined hair accessories are all handcrafted in Ghana by artisans and will protect your strands while adding the final touch to any look. The next finalist is Nelly Tweekong. Nelly is the founder and executive director of Pauline Cosmetics. Nelly was born and raised in Kenya and was inspired by the lack of makeup options serving the vast Afro skin tones. Pauline Cosmetics is a beauty brand created for women of culture across the globe to share and showcase a different type of Afro beauty culture and experience so they can feel seen, celebrated, and in their own power in whatever space they are in. And our third finalist is Amber Makeupsen, the founder and CEO of Meraki. Meraki is an organic, cruelty-free, non-toxic vegan hair care brand. Meraki products feature fair trade botanicals, butters, and oils from all over the world. The products are handcrafted in small batches, then activated with gemstones to create high vibrational, high performance, environmentally sustainable hair care essentials. So a very warm welcome to our finalists, and let's talk about the prize package that they will be competing for today. The winning finalists will walk away with a variety of tools and services to put towards their business growth, including $10,000 in cash and a 1-year membership to the BrainTrust Founders Studio. So now I'd love to introduce our judges. So let's just bring in our partner judges one by one to introduce themselves.
Hi, everyone. I'm so excited to be here. I am Kendra Bracken-Ferguson, the founder and CEO of BrainTrust Founders Studio. It is an absolute joy and treat to be part of this amazing ClearPitch experience. As Radha mentioned, ClearCo has been a phenomenal partner to BrainTrust Founders Studio in our mission to support beauty and wellness founders, and in particular, create a pathway and gateway for economic education, success, and of course, profitable businesses. My background, I'm a 3-time founder. I have raised money, I've sold a company, I've bought a company, and I'm a personal investor. I love pitches, I love pitching, I love judging. So it's going to be a great morning of education from each of these founders. So thank you so much for having me. I'm excited for the show.
Thanks, Kendra. And next we have Gloria Chang. Hey, Gloria.
Hi. It's great to be here. It's such a pleasure to partner together with ClearPitch. I am Gloria Chang. I'm an executive director in our Los Angeles office of the JP Morgan Private Bank. I work all the time with founders and for wherever they are in their journey, whether it's you taking your first bank loan to you scaling and growing your businesses to the final culminating moment when perhaps some of you will have an IPO or exit. We are here as a firm to support you through being your financial partners in every way. I think it takes so much courage, guts, and grit, and just really hearing a lot of no's before you hear the final yes. So I'm just so proud of all of you. I also want to just say for diversity and equity, inclusion's sake, I'm also a minority. And I just love that you are speaking to your community and making an impact, not only for business profits, but also socially in the communities you serve. And there's no better way to do that than to really bring to forefront the passion and pursuits that you love in your business, but also bring that back to your community. So thanks so much for joining, and thanks for having me, ClearPitch.
Thanks so much, Gloria. And next we have Debra Perelman from Revlon.
Hi, Radha. Thank you so much. I'm so thrilled to be here today. I am Debra Perelman. I am the president and CEO of Revlon. I'm also on the board of the BrainTrust Founders Studio. I have to tell you, I'm so honored to be here and to be a judge today for the pitch competition and meet and hear about these 3 finalists and their business within the beauty category. I have been in and around this category for most of my career, and I feel incredibly passionate about the industry as well as the disruption that finalists like these bring to the category. So I'm really looking forward to today, and I'm so thrilled to be here and be here with the other 2 judges. So thank you again.
Awesome. Thank you, Debbie. Okay, so let's dive into our pitches. So exciting. So first up, we have Tamara Watkins, the founder of Lozatam.
All right, so I'll take it away. Hi, everyone. My business is called Lozatam, and we make ultra luxe frizz-fighting hair accessories that help women take life head on. So I created our first tam wrap after having one bad hair day too many. I couldn't find any head coverings that I felt were appropriate to wear at my corporate job as an e-commerce marketing director. So I created Lozatam to be able to take women from work to the weekend, and they're designed for the modern pace of living. So the problem, whether you're going from curly hair to straight hair, coily hair to straight hair, or curly to curly, the problem is that styling your hair just takes too much time. Women, we're super busy. We are movers, we're shakers, and we're change makers. And sometimes we just don't have the time to dedicate to styling our hair. 86% of Americans say that good hair days are crucial for confidence. In fact, 77% feel less attractive on a bad hair day, 50% have canceled a date, and 43% have even bailed on a job interview. So the key takeaway here is that a bad hair day can literally be life altering. So the solution, meet our tam wraps. They're ultra luxe pre-tied wraps that help women show up to life looking and feeling confident at a moment's notice. So some of the features and benefits of our tam wrap is that they are satin. They have a satin interior lining, so you get frizz-free hair protection all day long. They're pre-tied, so you just place it on your head like a hat. And they're made from premium quality materials, and they're well designed so that they elevate your style. So the way that women typically wear our products, you can wear them to bed to protect your hair at night, on a Zoom call, or to happy hour. You can literally wear our products anywhere. So these are some of our customers. Our customers love us and we love our customers. And the media really does love our story. We've been featured in a lot of different press outlets. And if you all are subscribers to Allure magazine, we're in print this month. Yay, go us, with the lovely Janet Jackson on the cover. So if you happen to see it, please pick it up and flip to page 9. So the vision for Lozatam. Our plan is to use the tam wrap as a market introduction and use our spring and summer collection that's launching in April to introduce more luxe hair accessories so that we can appeal to a larger market of women. So for example, we'll be launching headbands, hair towels, shower caps, and sleeping bonnets. And then the last phase will be to launch complimentary hair care products. So it will be a luxe line of hair care products that pair well with our existing accessories. So that will be moisturizing hair mist, hair moisturizers, and deep conditioners. And these products are consumable, so we can work our way into a subscription model and have more predictable subscription revenue. And the great news here is that I've already gotten a verbal confirmation from a manufacturer that has committed to produce our hair care products. So you may be asking yourself, why now? So the textured hair movement is increasing. Women are more proud now to rock their curls, their coils, and their waves, and that will only continue. The work from home and hybrid work schedule will also continue. And to be quite honest, people want to buy from brands that they believe in. In addition to that, direct-to-consumer commerce is on the rise. So the market size. We estimate that there are over 300 million women with textured hair. And the great news here is that we actually believe this market is larger because we have women that are very diverse. Like there's so many different types of women that wear our products outside of the textured hair market. So our competitors, we operate in the luxury space. Our average order value is $100. So we're much more of a premium product. In addition to that, as I mentioned earlier, our customers are very diverse. Most of our competitors that operate in this category, they mainly market to Black women. And while Black women, we love them, we actually have a very diverse customer base. And so we really play into that and lean into it. In addition to that, most of our competitors, they have some brick and mortar, some distribution, but we're looking to target much more of an upmarket retailer like Sephora and Bloomingdale's. So traction. Since we've launched, we've had gross revenues of $500,000, and this is as December 2021. And I want to add that this has all been accomplished by me, one bootstrap founder. In terms of the growth that we've seen, year over year, 2020 versus 2019, we had 59% top line growth. And in 2021, our sales were healthy and sustained. 70% is our average unit margin contribution, and we've sold over 16,000 units, with most customers purchasing 2 units per transactions. So because of my background, I've been a e-commerce marketing director for the past 10 plus years. I've been really able to optimize our marketing flow. So some of our key performance indicators, our average order value is $100. Our customer acquisition cost is $12.86, and our customer retention rate is 22%. So right now, we are currently raising $1 million. And in addition to the capital that we're raising, we're also seeking investors who can contribute their expertise to this categories in terms of operations, also public relation and finance to help us profitably scale the brand. And in terms of how we would allocate the capital, we would have 25% go to content and growth. So video content creation, influencer marketing, and paid media. 30% would be allocated towards product development and inventory procurement. So we really want to invest more aggressively in continuing to elevate the product design. And also we want to invest more aggressively into purchasing inventory because we have frequent stockouts, which is no bueno. And then lastly, we'd like to dedicate 45% of the capital that we raise to bringing contractors with more expertise in PR so that we can continue to get that key product placement, search engine optimization, retail sales so that we can get into those retailers like Sephora and Bloomingdale's, and finance. So this is our 3-year forecast. Because of my background in e-commerce marketing, I understand the trends and as it relates to the cost of marketing on different paid media platforms. So the way that I built our forecast out was based on the cost of marketing, our contractors, cost of goods sold. But with an investment of $1 million, Lozatam can expect an increased revenue growth rate of 344% this year. So our team. I'm Tamara, I'm the CEO and founder. As I mentioned, I have over 10 years of e-commerce growth experience leading acquisition and retention strategies for direct-to-consumer brands. And I've worked with brands like Walker & Co. They were acquired by Procter & Gamble. And I also work with Butterskin. We also have Anna Goqueta. She's our creative director. She has over 15 years of experience, and she leads the visual identity of brands like Monet and Butterskin. And then we have Celine Tekin. She's our textile designer, and she basically oversees all of our overseas production. And that concludes my pitch. This is my contact information for everyone who's tuning in online and would also like to invest, that you can reach me here. So happy to answer any questions.
Thanks so much, Tamara. That was great. So time for judge Q&A now. So I think our first up judge is Kendra.
Hi, Tamara. That was amazing. Well done.
You.
It was so exciting to learn more about your company, especially as an avid wearer of hair wraps. I appreciate them. I adore them. I do not go to sleep without them. So great pitch. A few questions for you. A few things. You talked about the product extensions that you want to do. So going from the single product and then more hair accessories and then going into hair care. What's the impact that you're projecting? Because your margins look healthy, you're having steady growth going into those categories. Like, how does that impact the business based upon your financial model? And the second part of that is that coming from demand from your consumers asking for more items? Or is that primarily driven by what you're seeing in the market, especially when you go from the products themselves, or I guess I should say the wraps themselves, into actual hair care products and the competitive nature of that space versus where you are? That was a loaded question. I can break it down if you need me to.
Okay. So when you say what's the projection, do you mean like the quantitative projections?
Yes,
Like
to go
the
from
hard.
Exactly, because you're doing so well with this product. And so I'm trying to understand, is you timing wise, what's your time frame to move into more accessories? And then from there, you're already projecting into hair care products. So like, what's the timing? How does that impact your business and your revenue and the profitability that you're projecting in your model?
Okay, understand. So in terms of second step, launching into more luxe hair accessories, we're launching, actually, that's the reason why I'm in Europe, to, oversee that production in addition to the person that we have here on the ground. The timeline for that is to launch spring, summer this year. So by April, we will be rolling out our campaigns, introducing our new accessories, and we'll just, drop them over the course of the year. Launching into complementary hair care products, that won't happen until really about spring, summer next year. And then in terms of how that would affect the model, the plan for the hair care is so that we can have a consumable product. I mean, we have a 22% repurchase rate, but with a consumable product, if it's a product that you know and love, like once you run out of your key conditioner, like you're gonna repurchase that product every single month without fail. Like, I mean, I don't know about you all, but like when I have a product that I love, I make sure that I stay stocked with it. And so we want to make sure that we're producing products that pair very well with our accessories. And I mean, I frequently deep condition on the go. And I mean, honestly, if it were the weekend, I would have a shower liner on under this turban with deep conditioner loaded up in my hair.
Got it. Well, and it's interesting whenever you think about the progression, because it would make sense, especially as you talk about subscription, being able to have your subscription kit. Because I was wondering, whenever you said the 22% retention and 2 times per order, like myself, I know how often I'm ordering, and some of it is fashion based and some of it is need based. So the subscription piece, I feel like, will be great, because I think that it will increase the time in between when people are purchasing, especially at $100 average order value, which competitively, it's good and it's bad in terms of what people are expecting. And then the other question I had for you, in terms of the PR efforts, are you using an agency now, or is that all you? Because I noticed in your use of proceeds, you want to put some to PR and marketing.
So initially when I started the company, it was all me. Like I was literally getting on the train, going to New York from DC and scheduling desk sides with beauty editors and fashion editors. Now we have a part-time PR person, but I would really love to be able to either bring her on more in a full-time role or hire an agency.
Are you seeing that the increase in traffic and a reduction, I guess, of CAC is coming from just earned media PR versus like paid ads and things like that, SEO?
Yes, and just based on my background, as a e-commerce consultant, like I noticed that once brand had that authority from publishers, the conversion rate increases, because it's like the friend in your head has told you already. They've already signed off on the product, so it reduces that friction to purchase at checkout.
Got it. Okay. I want to leave. I could go on and on. I want to leave space for my other judges, but really well done. I'm excited about your project. Much needed.
Thank you.
Hi, Tamara. I'm so excited to see what the future has in store across many new market segments. I have never personally worn a hair wrap, but I'm now thinking it should be like a new fashion statement. And so my question actually goes back to, if you use the example of athleisure and how Lululemon created a new category, it wasn't just for athletes anymore. It became a fashion statement. And I think that's what you're trying to do here with this product, is make it a little more mainstream. And I liked how you said you were going after this white space of, you're not just hair wrap for the African American community. Can you talk to me, first of all, about how you would attack that white space and what you're doing to kind of do market education? Because I think people like me would try it, but we just don't know. It's not top of mind for us. So how are you increasing that awareness? And I have a second follow-up question on cost, but I'll let you address the first.
Okay, sure. So hi, nice to meet you as well. Thank you for all the compliments. I receive all of them. So how we are addressing and educating the customer. So it's funny because I have a background in e-commerce marketing, so I do search engine optimization. And one of the biggest pieces of traffic that we get to our site are women who are not in the Black community, searching online, Googling, can I wear a head wrap? Is it cultural appropriation? And so we have created articles to address that question in a way that feels warm and inclusive. So basically we're saying, yeah, we believe that the point of culture is to be shared. However, you want to make sure that you understand, the responsibility that you have when you choose to wear this product. And so essentially we're saying, yes, you are welcome to come and sit and have lunch with us at our table. So that's how we are addressing it. In addition to that, I don't know if you've been to our website, but we try to make sure that when a woman comes to our site, she sees herself on our site. So we believe in diversity, and we want to make sure that we showcase it in all of our visuals.
Great. Thank you. And my second question is a cost breakdown. So as you look to scale, this 1 million level of new financing kind of helps you to do all this expansion and on the push and pull parts of the marketing. Have you thought about the cost breakdown and how that could potentially increase margins? And at what breakpoints do you need to hit in terms of volume so that it becomes even more profitable? How do you project that over the next 5-year plan?
So yes, I have done a projection into that. The simple answer is that the quicker a brand scales and grows, like it needs a lot more capital. Especially for me, what I've seen with my clients, we need more capital for marketing because we're trying to increase the quality, elevate the quality of the product. We, are investing money into our cost of goods and working with key manufacturers because the reality is when you're limited in capital, you're also limited in the quality of the people that you work with. And that's for, everything, your contractors, your manufacturers, the people who make your boxes, literally everything. So yes, we have done the forecasting, and the quick answer there is we would need to sell way more units. Also getting into retail will help us do that because we'll be able to order more units, so it'll subsidize the D2C side of the business as well, because we'll be able to order more units with our manufacturers, which will drive our cost of goods down. Does that answer your question?
Yeah, your hero product is the wrap. What do you retail on e-commerce site for? How much does that sell for?
We retail for $55. However, we will probably increase that price just a bit, for inflation. And also because this collection, we are continuing to elevate our product. So we are sourcing like super high quality fabric.
Okay. And then the cost breakdown, is it mostly materials costs? What percentage of that 55?
Yes. So it's a 30% cost, so that it's materials, labor, and shipping and customs fees. Basically, like all your costs to get the product from the manufacturer to our warehouse in the States.
Okay. And so you're finding like each order, people are probably buying 2 hair wraps because your average order size is $100.
Yes.
How much of the product mix is now that hero SKU versus like a periphery, all the other products that you're launching? Is it like a 80-20 mix, or what do you see as your product makeup?
But right now, we really only, strongly promote the hero product. We did some testing of headbands, and they sell really well. However, we don't promote them because we are, working in the background to elevate the design so that they match the high end production of the tam wrap. So I would say 90% is the tam wrap, and then 10% are headbands. But that's just due to promotion and placement of the product.
Okay. Thank you so much.
You're welcome. Thank you.
Okay, next up we have Debbie.
Great, thank you. Tamara, it's a pleasure to meet you and hear about your business. Congratulations.
Thank you.
So I just have a couple of questions. The first one is you spoke about your lean team that you have, lean but mighty team that you have working with you. And I noticed that some of the funding that you're requesting would go to team. So who do you consider to be your two most critical hires?
Our two most critical hires would be someone in PR, whether that means that we bring on our existing PR person full-time or we bring on an agency. Also, another designer, so someone that can work, quickly in order to design emails and social media. Also a brand strategist, so someone can help us continue to position the brand in the ultra luxe category that we are seeking to become dominant in.
Okay, great. Thank you so much. And just one more question, which is, if you were to hold aside funding and capital, what's your focus area outside of that? Where do you need support for that focus area?
I'm sorry, can you ask the question again? I just want to make sure that I completely...
What additional support do you need aside from capital? If you were to put capital aside, what additional support do you need?
That's a... Well, So I'm going to say the first one would be mentorship. And it's a little tricky because I do feel like Black founders, we tend to be, underfunded and over-mentored. But I have found that speaking to people who have raised capital and understand this journey and have built great businesses, for acquisition or IPO or just growth, it's great to have someone helping to guide you, to help you see the forest from the trees, because it's such a this isn't an easy journey.
It's not,
So a veteran that has done it, would be very useful. And I have that, but I could definitely use more of it. And then just great people on the team. But that really does still tie back to capital, because people want to go to funded companies. And I want to be able to hire some of the best talent to take my vision and help it to come alive.
Okay, well, thank you so much. Thank you.
Thank you.
Thanks. That was amazing. Thanks to Tamara. So our next pitch is Nellie Thuy Kong. She's the founder and executive director of Pauline Cosmetics.
Hello. Hi. Thank you so much for having me. Let me start from the beginning. So my name is Nellie Thuy Kong, and I am the founder of Pauline Cosmetics. Pauline Cosmetics is a makeup brand that I started in Kenya in East Africa. I also have a background in healthcare. I have a Bachelor's of Science in Nursing degree, and I also worked in critical care. I am also a mother to a 13-month-old. She's much younger in this picture, but I love this picture because it basically encapsulates her entire mood. So as I mentioned, I started a makeup brand in Africa. And what I want to do in this presentation is I want to take you quickly through the business I have built in Africa. And then I will bring it back to why and how I am scaling globally. So at the time I was starting Pauline Cosmetics, the makeup industry in Africa, especially in East and Central Africa, was non-existent. And this is mostly due to lack of access to makeup that fit the market. And essentially that led to low consumerism naturally. And not to mention the fragmented nature of the distribution and logistics at the time. Sorry, let me just go back there a little bit. And so why was Africa an important market for me? One, it's my first home. And two, there are 1.2 billion Africans globally, and half of the world's population entering adulthood is in Africa. That essentially makes Africa a very young continent and will soon be the next big emerging economy. So I started Pauline Cosmetics in Kenya in 2014 to fill the gap of by creating makeup for the African woman, who is very diverse, from the dark, rich cocoa tones of South Sudan to the warm caramel tones of Ethiopian women and beyond. From North Africa to South Africa, it's a very diverse market. As part of solutions for distribution, this is an example of a distribution partnership that I established. Naivas Supermarket is the fastest growing supermarket chain in East Africa. Another example of distribution partnerships that I was able to establish in Kenya was Viva Woman, which is a leading women's fashion brand in East Africa, and there are many more retail partners to date. Marketing was very important, and I was able to execute on very incredible campaigns, and I was able to bring together some of Kenya's top women celebrities. You might not know any of these faces, but they are some of Kenya's top celebrities and influencers, and I was able to bring them together with very minimal budget to execute on high-level campaigns. So to date, I have bootstrapped Pauline Cosmetics in Kenya to $250,000 in annual revenue pre-COVID. I have a full-time staff of 15 people. 87% of that is female, and 100% is female leadership. And so what next? So this is where I bring it back to why I'm here. I want to scale globally from Africa to the world. And that is why I'm basically doing this presentation and being part of this pitch competition. I have built a makeup brand for the African woman. Now I want to build a makeup brand for the Afro global woman with a deeper customer experience to Afro culture. So how do we scale? The global Afro market is big. There's more than 41 million Black and African Americans. There's more than 22 million Afro-Caribbeans, almost 10 million Afro-Europeans, and 150 million Afro-Latin. Sorry. How do we win? Through cultured beauty. I honestly believe that the next space for color cosmetics is tapping into culture. And let me explain why. So existing brands that already tap into elements of Afro culture, like Juvia's Place and Woma, have done a great job in pushing for diversity in the beauty space. And I absolutely love and respect these brands. However, they don't really take the customer experience beyond the package design that is essentially inspired by Afro culture in the first place. So essentially, this is leaving a lot of room to take that customer experience journey even further. So Afroculture is global, and there's so many iterations for cultural product experience that we can connect to. For instance, the Caribbean carnival culture is very popular. It is rich, it is colorful, and there's something there for everyone to connect to. And I really, truly want to be able to bring these experiences and build them out. So I am profitable to date in the Kenya African space markets. I have existing manufacturing relationships that are already going on right now, and including minimum quantity order partners that will allow me to scale conservatively. Winning this fund will basically go towards supporting the first production for these types of products. I will pump the money into marketing, and also this money would be proof of traction for a much larger seed round. So just to wrap up, I want to give a specific example of a product iteration that I have been working on. It's still in its very early stages. And the thing is, there's a lot about Africa that people have not connected to, and mostly that's because of limiting stereotypes. Matatu culture is a form of Kenya's pop culture. It's modern, it's cool, it's fun. It's a form of art expression that is unique to Kenya. No other African country does this. Kenyans basically have taken this mundane nature of public commutes and given it so much fun and experience. They have taken the buses and they invite this young people to work on cool graffiti arts on the buses. Then the buses are customized with surround music, surround screen, and even surround neon lights. In some cases, each seat has a screen, much kind of like the experience you'd have on a plane. The simplest way I can explain this is like being in a party bus every day or every time. So I want to create, I want to create an eyeshadow palette as my first iteration for this type of Afro culture. It's unique, it's cool, it's edgy, and it's still yet quite very much Afro culture. However, it's really limitless. The kind of creations and experiences that we can bring to the world with this kind of direction is absolutely limitless. And in conclusion, I believe that it's time to go beyond skin tones. I think we've done a great job as an industry in solving for that problem. And it's time to tap into the uniqueness of cultural experiences. Thank you.
Thanks so much, Nelly. This is so inspiring. Okay, so time for some more judge Q&A. So first up, we have Gloria.
Hi, Nelly. So great to meet you. And first of all, I will say, as a mom of 2 young kids myself, it's phenomenal that you've been able to do this entrepreneurial journey while at the same time raising a 13-month-old. So I think all mothers can identify with the perils and the ups and downs of doing that while being an entrepreneur. So my first question has to do with the distribution plan. So I think you've established and shown that you have all these great partnerships for distribution in the African community in Kenya. When you go more global, what is your plan for that distribution? And like, would you work through wholesalers, retailers, direct e-commerce? How are you planning to reach that? And, are you thinking higher end versus mass? And how do you look at that question?
Okay, so the first part is in terms of distribution going globally. So basically the first part was just taking you through what I've done in that part of the continent. I literally moved back to the US in September with the baby, with the plans to be able to start working on what the business is going to look like moving forward. Initially, I'm planning on doing direct to consumer. So we have an e-commerce site currently. I want to tap into what Amazon is looking like, but eventually I am looking into US retail and also other retail partners globally, wherever that will be. And so the market, I'm looking more of a mass market, because I think it's a very big audience. Essentially, yeah, that would be the market that I'll be looking at.
Okay, great. And then my follow-on question is your product SKU. So you started with great success with skin tones and cosmetics for different skin tones. Now, would you also launch that here globally, or you want to start with just eyeshadow? Because you have proof of concept on one product. I'm just wondering, when you go to make your hero product here, here in the US or globally, why would you not start with that as opposed to launching something brand new?
So we do have existing products right now. So when I was starting the makeup for the African market, it was really out of need, right? It was just creating products for just to have access. So in terms of like what was really special about it was just to create products to have access. As we're coming into the global space, this is where now how we differentiate ourselves in a very saturated market, right? So we do have those products available. We have a wide range of products in the market. We have lipsticks, we have foundations, we have brushes, but how we're going to differentiate ourselves in this very saturated market is in bringing that thing that is very unique to where I come from, which is culture, and being able to tap into the existing cultures in all these other places that I've mentioned.
Okay, thank you.
So that essentially will be the product that launches this next phase of product iterations is what I'm trying to work on, because that's when I think that's where I'll be able to really connect with the audiences beyond just your typical Black packaging. I think it would be great, or just typical marketing experiences that we've seen. I think it would be great to just take customer experience even a little further.
Yeah, I agree. I love the custom buses. I even picture those all over the city and you rolling out the initial launch that way. Tamara Mellon did something similar with her shoe, which we launched after she left Jimmy Choo. So you can look into that as an example.
Awesome.
But I've seen many other brands do that.
Yeah, I think there's a huge market for that stuff, and I think people want it. It's just that it's that case of where if you don't see it, then you don't think you want it until you see it, and oh, that is really cool.
I could totally see her buses at Pop Culture Music Fest all over Coachella.
I know. Maybe we can bring it to Afrofest and all these other events happening in the US. We'll bring a whole custom fit bus.
Great.
Yeah.
Awesome. Great questions. Okay, next up is Debbie from Revlon.
Great, thank you. Hi, Nellie. So good to meet you. Hi, I can't wait to see those buses around. Actually, I was getting really excited about that. So it was really great to hear your answers to those questions. Just a couple of questions that I have. First is, you mentioned you launched in Africa, so congratulations. And now you're here in the US and you're looking to launch in the US. So with regards to how you're managing the business, are you going to manage to grow Africa at the same time you're looking to launch in the US in the mass market?
Yeah, so I already have an existing team. When I came in September, I've been working throughout COVID to kind of build that team to be able to run things in Africa. But I think it's really important that I'm also here to be able to build this part of the business. I also believe that growing a global brand is going to naturally drive the business also back in Africa. So having that global presence is going to be a huge plus in being in that part of the world as well.
I agree with you. I absolutely agree with you. And when you look at building a team here, right? Who's working with you today, and how would you look to build out that team?
So just like Tam, I'm team of one here. But again, I just moved here in September, so I'm really starting to build out the networks and have a feel of the beauty industry here in the States. And as much as I've been in the US, I've been in also Africa for a very long time. It's a different landscape there. So, but at the same time, I do understand the beauty industry. I've been in it for a very long time before it was the trend that it is right now. So I am in it for the long run, clearly. So I right now, it's just a team of me as I try to navigate all these other things, looking for funding. The one person that I would be looking to next to have would be somebody in operations, as well as helping with product development, design, and marketing as well. So those would be like the critical kind of pieces that I'd be looking at.
The key areas, that makes sense. Well, why don't we just spend a couple minutes talking about product, right? Because that's always so important, obviously, to a launch. How are you looking at your portfolio of product for a launch? And let's say for the first 3 years, where will your focus be? I know you touched on this a little bit with Gloria in terms of face product versus eye product, but how are you thinking about that today?
Okay, so right initially, the first set of products that I wanted to look at were products to sort of introduce the market in order to be able to explain and sort of like showcase who we are and what we do and differentiate ourselves in the market. But essentially, I am looking to have the whole full range. Of obviously, right now, there's been a lot of focus on eyes and face in terms of category, as lips have kind of declined in sales. I'm sure you've seen that as well. So whether that is coming back and whether that is a point of focus is one thing or another. I am actually testing out a product that is mask transfer proof. So looking at that as basically, okay, having matte lipsticks as the obvious choice versus eyes and face and lips. So, but this is where, again, I was talking about needing somebody to help with product development to be able to understand which is the best direction to go. Because again, I can't really, launch everything at once, and I have to be very smart in what comes first and what comes next.
Yeah, that's a smart approach, because as you know, color cosmetics is very SKU intensive. So you have to be, very purposeful about how you launch and what you launch. And it seems like you're doing that. And the lipstick looks great, and lips are coming back, which is very exciting. So
thank you.
So much.
So the other thing also is I did manage to find lower MOQ partners already. I've established some manufacturers, some here in America and some in Asia, who can work with me on low MOQs so that I can be able to conservatively kind of scale without needing to spend a lot of money initially. And then eventually I am looking to raise initial seed of 1 million so that would essentially go into scaling production.
I just watch the cost of goods on the low MOQs. Just be mindful of that in your
pricing. I've seen it, and I'm trying to wrap my head around it. It is, especially here in the US, it's expensive. Yeah.
Well, thank you so much, and good luck.
Thank you too.
Hi, Nellie. Great job. Thank you so much for sharing. And I have to say, to hear Debbie say lipstick is coming back, that's great for all of us. So
yes,
we will watch that trend. So great presentation. I love how you're looking at this globally. I love cultured beauty. It's so smart in terms of how you're looking at it. So a few things that came to mind, and we'll stick on the product piece since that's where we are. When you think about what's happening in Africa, what's happening in the US market, how are you thinking about ingredients in terms of ESG bias, and really looking at that as, from an environmental, social governance perspective, especially in the US? How are you looking at that with your ingredients?
Is that with the products that we already have in the market, or the next phase in which we're going?
I think both, especially as you think about the North America being such a big market for you and your growth.
Yeah, absolutely. And so back to what I was mentioning to Debbie is I am looking for manufacturing here in the US so that I'm able to stay within those guidelines. The only challenge is it is expensive to do that. But if I'm also able to find manufacturers in Asia to be able to, who can be able to align with those regulations and requirements, then that's definitely something I'll be looking to. It's inevitable. That's where we're going. So I would have to definitely innovate and, it's time to get on that bus. Yeah. In terms of manufacturing, we don't do any manufacturing in Africa. So because there's really no capacity to do that in the continent. So those are I don't know if I was able to answer your question on that.
No, absolutely. And are you, because it's interesting in terms of Africa, US, and how we do look at the ingredient piece. So even when you think about your raise and margins, have you accounted for what it's going to look like to make sure that you are meeting the standards from an ESG, knowing that so much of what's trending right now is around that in the US? Like, is that integrated into your model, or does it impact your margins greatly in terms of your expansion?
It does right now. I have seen the margins for that, and they're definitely quite not where I want them to get to. But I feel like I need to start somewhere, and I need to, especially right now that I'm getting into the market, I feel like I really need to take this and run with it, especially since we're sitting in a very saturated market. Like I said, we have all these brands that are leveraging a little bit on Afroculture, but not really going deep. And I feel like I have to start from somewhere. And as we scale and have more distribution and have a bigger market, then we can be able to work on the margins. But right now I'm looking at that and trying to figure out solutions. I'm in contact with distributors from Asia, from US, and kind of just trying to balance that. And I think in terms of what I was saying, the next person on my team is actually somebody who would help me look at production and operations as well. So that is like where I'm going with that right now. So yeah, definitely everything that I'm thinking about right now. So if you have any solutions, suggestions, I will definitely take them.
Absolutely. We'll have an offline about that.
Awesome.
But I appreciate the operations and the products piece, because there is, as you have talked about, the difference. And just quickly, in terms of, so you said you're raising the 1 million. That's the round that you want to raise.
Yeah.
Drilling down from that, when we think about the prize money from this competition, what will this prize money drive in sales revenue for you? If that's how it to work.
Yeah, so I think this will drive, because we just launched we went live in the US a month ago with the existing product, but I think this new iteration of product is what will really catapult the brand. And with this money, winning this prize money, I think will get me to that $500,000 revenue within the next 6 months. But even right now, I am looking at raising $1 million in seed capital. That includes a family and friends round. I have been talking to launch with Goldman Sachs around this, but of course, they're also looking to see where I hit revenue. So this would really be the fund that gets me there. And I'm very confident that we will get there. And then I can be able to work on a larger round.
Okay. Well, thank you. Thank you so much for your time. This is helpful. Great insight. Welcome to the US.
Thank you so much.
That was awesome. Such thoughtful questions and answers. So now moving on to our third and final pitch, we have Amber Makeupsen, the founder and CEO of Meraki.
Hi guys, how are you? I'm having just a few difficulties with sharing my screen, and I'm going to pretty much be like toggling back. So thank you so much for having me on. I'm super excited. So Meraki is a non-toxic hair care brand. Our products are formulated with gemstones, crystals, and Ayurvedic ingredients that nourish your mind, body, soul, and hair. The word Meraki means to do something with love, soul, and creativity, and to put the essence of yourself inside of your work. Our mission is to become the next generation of hair care wellness by transforming the way that you experience hair care and creating innovative products that drive inclusivity, inner well-being, and sustainability. Our global mission is 3 main categories: biological toxification. Since 2019, 595 cosmetic manufacturers have reported using 88 chemicals in more than 73,000 products. Some of these chemicals used in these products are not even listed on the ingredients, and they can also pose risk at low dosages and interfere with your hormones. Self-care and wellness. Having a self-care routine has been clinically proven to reduce and eliminate anxiety and reduce stress, which we all need right now. And also physical illness and disease. Hair care products marketed to minority women contain higher percentages of endocrine disturbing chemicals. These are marketed to the general public. According to the research of Silent Spring Institute, a scientific organization, these products have been known to cause cancer, birth defects, and other major serious issues. Points of difference for Meraki. Meraki is a woman-owned brand. I am the founder, a Black woman. We also infuse each product with gemstones and crystals to promote healing and well-being. It is a multicultural line. We have been receiving great response from all cultures using our products. We have proprietary formulations. So all of these formulations have been created by myself and also a few members of my team. So you won't find anything like this on the market. We use Ayurvedic ingredients for medical and also therapeutic healing properties. My products are vegan, cruelty-free. We also use fair trade ingredients, and they're also high performing, which was a huge thing. I wasn't able to find hair care products for myself or my daughter that really worked for our hair. So these are really high performing, adding moisture and also the nutrients that your hair needs to grow and thrive. And we also offer, within our products, it's about 80% organic ingredients. We have been fortunate enough to receive a lot of press around our brand. As you can see, we've been featured in all of these publications, and the response has just been really great. The editors love our products, the customers love our products. We've been, again, fortunate to just really be thriving within the industry. And then I'm going to go to this slide. So as far as the global market size, the beauty market size is $532 billion. And 85% of the hair care products that are targeted towards Black women are, I would say, about 40% of the global spend for hair care. And the hair care global spend is $85 billion. We have a full range of products currently, 6 SKUs. They include an agave citrine hydrating mask. We have a purifying amethyst shampoo. I have an amethyst curl primer, which is also a heat protectant. And then we have a multi-purpose glow oil, which is also for your hair and your skin. We have our quartz conditioner, which is our hero product that actually won Best Conditioner in Women's Health magazine. And then our newest launch was the Rose Quartz Nourishing Shampoo. As you can see, we've had a lot of social proof for our product, and a lot of our customers just really stand by our product. And, they love the idea of having a product that, not only is good for their hair, but, kind of nourishes their soul as a gift of self-care to themselves, especially in today's day and age. So right now, our revenue model is we have direct to consumer, which is our website. We're working on a subscription model and also creating an in-app purchase where they can go in and put in their hair type, and we can create products around their hair type, and they can purchase directly from the site. We also have a salon channel. We have about 30 salons that we work with, including a few international salons as well. As far as the wholesale distribution, right now we launched in Anthropologie in August. We're also in a subscription box and also Goddess Prevention, and they're actually specialize in crystals and a lot of holistic products. So we're a part of their site and also their subscription box. And we also have a program which is ambassador marketing. So we're able to market influencers in different states for our products.
Oh, hey, Kendra. Yeah.
Hi.
Okay, did we lose Amber? Okay, I think, yeah. Oh, I think we've lost Amber. I think Tori's trying hard to get her back. So it was super exciting so far, right, Kendra?
It is. I'm really fascinated by the crystals, and the research and the data, I think, is really compelling when we think about the fact that ingredients are killing women. I mean, it's plain and simple, things that we didn't know. So I was really fascinated when you combine the facts with this really unique product. And I was excited for her to talk more in terms of the differentiation in terms of her selling and her retail, especially thinking about, we think so much about subscription and kind of the, you know, the big ones, the FabFitFun, things of that nature. But I love how her subscription is really matched with the wellness and organic nature of her products and the consumer that she serves. So I have questions in terms of expansion. Hopefully we can get her back. But the crystal component, I think, is really fascinating. And I hadn't seen, which I'm sure Debbie may be closer to this in terms of the ingredient piece. In my experience, I haven't seen crystals used with this type of results that she's driving, especially when you look at the different customer reviews that she showed us and then on her website. So I'm really fascinated by the concept, the uniqueness of it, the notion of wellness through crystals, through ingredients, and making sure that we're protected.
Yeah, no, totally. I had no idea that you could sort of infuse crystals into products. Like I've been to meditations, right, where you hold your crystals and all of that, but I didn't know that you could actually sort of make a, consumable product out of it. So that's super interesting.
Me too. It's funny. I have done some crystal workshops and crystal kind of energy. And it does make sense if you're pulling the essence. One of the things that I really love about Meraki's website is that they have a whole section on crystals. Because if you are a novice to crystals, there's so much education there. So understanding the different types of crystals based upon your hair sensitivities or hair care or what you're looking for. So I think that when you have something that is crystal based, which for some know and some don't, because it's not as traditional as a normal, or I shouldn't even use the word normal, as what we would be used to seeing in terms of a hair care product. I think the education piece is key. So as I was doing my research, I was really fascinated by all of the education and knowledge that they provide with crystals to help understand the benefits of them as it relates to what you might need personally for your hair care or hair type. And the fact that it crosses, there's no racial boundaries, right? So it's not necessarily based upon a type of hair. It's more, what does your hair need and how do you find the right crystal blend ingredients from the Meraki line to match your needs. But it's fascinating when you
I'm so sorry about that. Sorry, guys. Oh my gosh. The funny thing is I was still presenting. I didn't even know that
We got you. Go ahead, compose.
We're so happy you're back.
Thank you. I'm so sorry. Where did I even leave off? I don't even.
We saw your press slide. And then we heard about all of the different ingredients, your retail strategy, your subscription strategy, and then we lost you.
Okay. And so I think so we didn't go into any of the numbers or anything like that, right?
We didn't get there yet.
Okay. Well, I did it by myself. So, so I was explaining that I did not have the slide for the numbers, but I do want to go ahead and just go over the numbers with you guys right now. So I'll just leave this up while I go over the numbers. So we've been in business since 2019, and I've seen 60% growth consistently year after year. Last year we did 500K, which 50 of that was our direct-to-consumer channel, 25% of that was retail, and 25% of that was our salon channel. Our customer acquisition is actually just like little to none, because we haven't been doing any like paid advertising and anything like that as of yet. Everything has been organic. A lot of the press and a lot of the influencers and editors have just been using our products. And so we haven't had to really do any of that yet, but I'm excited to have that on the calendar for this year. So our customer retention is 20%. And then let's see, we have a 20% cost on our products. And yeah, I think that is pretty much it. And then we can just go ahead into questions. Are you guys there?
That's great. Yeah, we're here. So first up is Debbie from Revlon.
Thank you. Hi, Amber.
Hi,
So nice to meet you.
I know, pleasure.
It's so great learning about your business. I actually was not aware of being able to infuse crystals into products. So it was really interesting for me to be reading through your materials and hearing about it as you were talking about it. It's really exciting. So congratulations.
Thank you so much.
So just a couple of questions I had with regards to your model. So you said, I think that you have direct is 50%, then you have retail is about 25, and salon is about 25. Is that the model that you intend to use going forward to grow the business in terms of the split of revenue? And if so, like, how does that impact your margin because of the different selling models for each of those channels?
Yeah, I would love to actually keep it there. I know that a lot of companies don't really have a strong direct-to-consumer brand, but, people love the brand. I want to kind of grow it to where I can, do pop-up shops and, not just the US, but other countries. And I just know that people are going to kind of gravitate towards that, and they're going to want that experience. So also having my retail partners, large retail partners, I think that will work as well at 25% or even maybe 75. And I don't know if I mentioned, but we actually launched with Anthropologie in September.
That's great. Congratulations.
Thank you.
And, what about with regards to product? I think you had highlighted about 7 products to date, with the conditioner being your hero SKU.
Yes.
How do you think about products going forward in terms of your launches? And are you looking at doing channel-specific products specifically for the salons? I think there's a really interesting angle here that you have identified with regards to, really tapping into an experience around hair.
Exactly.
And not just the daily routine, right? So it's interesting to think about as you're entering each of these different channels, how to really be able to build that out, marketing alongside the product. Could you just speak to the product piece?
Exactly. Yeah. So as far as the products are concerned, I actually have about 6 products slated to launch this year. Because we focus on hair care and the health of your hair, we definitely want to kind of make that transition into scalp health. I think people are going to really be excited about that. And we've also have a men's line that is on the calendar for this year as well. A lot of the women, their husbands are using their products and they're like, hey, can they get a product? So we definitely kind of want to move towards that angle as well. And as far as the salons are concerned, I think that is a great model to have, because even with the spas, like a spa salon, people are not just going to get their hair washed, they want to relax. They want, good energy, good vibes. And so that is definitely something that we would look to do when we expand, and also be able so that we can have back bar products as well.
Yeah. Right. One more question is, what would you do with the additional capital from a priority and resource standpoint?
Yeah. So right now, with the resources, we haven't done a lot of marketing. So I am interested to, see what the business does once we, start doing a lot of the influencer marketing, and also, maybe some marketing on Google as well. So I'm interested to see the brand grow once we kind of level up on marketing. So that's where the majority of the funding would go.
Great. Well, thank you so much and good luck.
Thank you. Thank you.
Hi, Amber. Welcome back.
Thank you.
That was great. Thank you. Thank
you.
So really good presentation. I just wanted to clarify. So when you talk about your customer acquisition costs and your consumers, you're saying your customer acquisition costs are 0. And that's why you want to put more into marketing. Yes. And your consumer base, you're doing about $500K in revenue.
Yes.
Okay, fantastic. I just wanted to make sure that I could clarify that. And one thing that's really interesting in terms of your consumer base is, are you finding that people, because Rada and I were having a little bit of an intermission, and we were talking about the crystals and the significance. Are you finding that your consumers are converting more because of the crystal integration and the intrigue around that, or the fear of the ingredients in terms of the stats and kind of the story about the harm of ingredients?
That is really interesting, because the way that I would describe it is there two different customers, honestly. And I would say it's about 50-50. Like, some people just love the product and don't really even care that the crystal is there, and some people love crystals like me, and they're going to buy anything that has a crystal in it. So there's like two different customers. I would say it's like 50-50. I would love to, once I scale, have hard numbers on, what those percentages are, and then be in the position to kind of speak directly to those consumers. Because, like, at the end of the day, I try to tell people, like, I love the glitz and glam about the crystals, right? Like, it's my heart. But at the end of the day, like, my goal is to create a great product. Like, I have a lot of hair, my daughter has a lot of hair, the product has to work. And, I think that is the main thing that's going to sustain the brand. So
absolutely. I think that the most innovative products can just be innovative. It's the part about, do they actually work? Do they do what they say they're going to do? And that's ultimately, where you win in this game, along with the other pieces that we all know make up a great marketing campaign and product development. On the consumer front, when you talk about kind of this 50-50 nature, how does that inform your growth and expansion, especially as we think about the salon piece? Because I was very interested in the different partnerships that you have, even from the types of subscriptions, which is really smart, to the salon, to Anthropologie. So how are you going to determine how you move forward from a product perspective and a consumer perspective, and where you double down, especially with 6 new products coming out? Just trying to figure out, like, what's the basis for that, the consumer, the crystal, the distribution.
Yeah. Well, luckily I do have a background in marketing, and so I, a lot of it is kind of like contingent on myself and, go to market strategy. I like to, make sure that I'm planning out the year before and kind of take a look at things, what's working, what's not. But I also I'm a part of a mentorship program. And I do have a mentor who is Zach. Zach, if you're out there, hello. And he's the CEO of Improve. And so these are things that we talk about, they of course they're hugely successful. So I'm able to be in the position to where, I can pick his brain, and he can kind of, let me know what I'm doing wrong or what I'm doing right. And so that is a huge part, of my market strategy. And then just as far as like scaling, hiring someone in that position who has, like Zach, 15 years of experience, in my opinion, that's how you win. So
that's great. Mentorships are key, and being able to take that feedback, bring it into your business, execute on the feedback and the vision is really a great combination for success, as well, of course, as the capital that we've talked about. And are you currently fundraising for growth, or what are your investment capital plans alongside of the prize money?
Yeah, so I'm currently looking to raise between 3 and 5 million. Which just started today, this very moment. No, I'm just kidding.
You're like, hello.
Yeah. So yeah, that's the plan, but listen, I know that this stuff takes time, and, I'm not in the position where I have to like rush into things, and I want it to be done right. Preferably, I would want someone who has been in the industry to not just give me money, to, kind of direct me where the funds should go, and also serve as like a mentor within the program. So I am, but it's not like something that may happen tomorrow, but it's definitely something that I'm looking to do. The business is doing very well, and, I'm big on, not growing when it's not my turn. It's been organic, and I think that that's also what's going to sustain a brand if you plan on being in the industry for upwards of 20 years.
Fantastic. 20 years. Okay.
You're strong.
20. Thank you so much, Amber. Appreciate you. Thanks for the innovation around the crystals. Exciting.
Thank you so much, Kendra. Thank you.
Okay, next up, Gloria.
Hi, Amber. I can see the crystals resonating in your energy already.
And I can see this pink blazer that is just giving me my whole life right now. So thank you.
So I think it's such a trend. I don't even think it's a trend. I think it's something that's here to stay, and it's very LA. I just want to focus on how we can scale you in salons, because I feel like a lot of what you're doing, your packaging is beautiful. It's perfect for like a salon environment. And just, I wondered if you had thought about collaboration in a customer experience engagement, such that like, you could go for your treatment at the spa and salon, but also get a kind of like a healing session with the crystals. And I think about just the saturated marketplace, and this could be a point of differentiation that is true to your brand equity and core of what you're bringing. But the flip side of that is if we go into spas, which you'll need like a retail presence. I know 50% is done DTC, but the 25% in salons could probably be an explosive part of the growth. It's just that salons are very fragmented by nature of the way they're distributed because they're independently owned. Have you thought a little bit about that? Because I think there's like successful case studies where Kerastase kind of started that way or expanded that way. Just thinking through that channel for you and how to create brand experience at the same time to have those kind of partnerships would be where I would focus my energy.
Yeah, you know what? I have thought of that. And, I feel like that is going to be a huge part of my expansion once I scale and actually have like the funding to run a campaign of that size. I have actually been contacted by like large hotels, with this idea. The hotels, they have spas inside and resorts upwards to like 500 hotels and things like that. So these are things that take funding, but it's definitely on the roadmap. So, once I can turn the corner and actually have the funds to allocate and, kind of lock down on my production, I think that would definitely be the next move.
Yeah, I see huge potential. Like you'll find like a large distributor, like a Marriott or something with hundreds of hotels globally. And you get in not only on the spa experience that they have inside the hotel, but also maybe even the amenities.
I
learned about a lot of like these upcoming niche brands, like lotions and shampoo, exactly that way. So
I was actually contacted by Hilton, and so not only that, but everyone is kind of making this transition into like textured hair. Like, hey, they want to have that option, and it's an option for sure.
Yeah, great. Super exciting.
Thank you. Thank you. Mm-hmm.
Okay, great. So I think our judges are going to go off and deliberate now. And let's just reiterate what they're going to be competing for. So the prize package of $10,000 in cash to put towards business growth and a variety of additional prizes to help the businesses grow and scale. Tori, I think, do you want to put the companies back on? Okay, so yeah, phenomenal job. Congratulations. It was just mind-blowing. I learned so much. So while the judges are deliberating, I thought we could talk about, what is it that you would actually do with the prize with the winnings. So Tamara, why don't we start with you?
Sure. So it would go towards production. We're in production right now, so it would just, go towards that for our spring summer line that comes out in April.
Okay, awesome. And you'd be obviously really excited about the, joining BrainTrust for a year and participating in all the amazing things, right, that are on offer with that part of the prize.
Absolutely. I'm super excited. I love what Kendra is building there. And so I'm really excited to be a part of that community.
Yeah, totally. Mm-hmm. Okay, Nelly, what about you?
Yeah, mine will be product because we already have existing product, but this is just a way to take the business to a completely new direction that is really infinite. So product development is going to be very key, as well as marketing, because the marketing part is essentially about showcasing the cultural experience and bringing people into that, right? Whether that is the Caribbean Carnival and really taking people through that, immersing people through that cultural experience. And the best way to do that is through marketing. So yeah, those two.
Yeah. No, totally. And I loved some of your ideas about, the bus and the festivals and just really, really cool and fun.
Thank you. And that's something that maybe people don't even realize is there's really a very different type of Afroculture in Africa. There's always sort of like a single mentality when it comes to that part of the continent, but there's some really cool, vibrant, amazing things going on in the continent that's not cliche. So really excited to explore.
Yeah, totally. So I'm just keeping my eye on the deliberations here because I just want to, as soon as they're ready, we'll bring them on. Okay, yeah, and Amber, I know you touched upon it, but what about you? What are you planning on doing?
I am really interested in, the marketing piece, specifically this whole TikTok thing. I'm really excited, about what they're doing on TikTok. And I feel like that would be like a totally different customer for us. And so definitely pushing marketing and also doing more influencer marketing within Instagram and things like that. I've heard so many great things about ClearCo and how you guys, are just data driven. So we're able to kind of see the growth with what we're doing on social or even, where we're allocating funds. So I'm interested in that.
Awesome.
Yes.
Okay, so I think we have a winner. So judges are back on stage, and I think Kendra, you're ready to announce?
We are. Just thank you all so much. This has been such a wonderful experience. We truly believe that you will all be household names. We thank you for sharing your vision with us, your plans. For myself and all of our judges, whatever you all need to continue your journey, be successful, we would love to stay in touch and support you however we can. And with that being said, we have Tamara Watkins Lozatam as our ClearPitch winner.
Ooh.
Congratulations.
Thank you. I feel like I just won Miss Business America and I have the crown on.
Congratulations.
Thank you so much. Nelly, Amber, you ladies did such an amazing job.
You did amazing. Congratulations. So excited.
Thank you.
Have to try one of your wraps.
Oh my gosh.
I'm
so glad to look a decent hour
to celebrate. Tomorrow, we'll have to do something with BrainTrust Founders Studio. We can feature her and everyone does a wrap party.
Ah,
and
that would be cool.
Your culture.
I love that idea.
It's a great idea. Congratulations, Tamara. Congratulations to everybody.
Thank you. Thanks for having me, guys. It was great.
Thanks.